If I think back to the most stressful periods in my career so far, it would be the period during and after the global financial crisis. I had a construction team of around 35 people, and within 3 months I had to shrink that down to 15. We were losing millions of dollars of contracts a month. I lost all of my support staff, so I was doing all of the jobs all of the time, 7 days a week, and no one to bounce off. It nearly ruined me mentally and physically, and it took me a long time to recover.
The reality of construction is it's necessary for a start. It's actually a building block of community and society. If we don't have builders, we don't have towns, cities, and everything we live with. Because it's leading edge, things have to get done in a hurry usually, and this includes a lot of pressure to get things done.
I can tell you that it is often incredibly lonely. The industry by nature is very volatile, extremely busy and extremely quiet, often within months of those 2 points. So an owner, an operator, a manager within construction space, whether it be civil or vertical, is often having to deal with constantly changing environments. And if they can't adapt, if they don't have the support network to help them through those times, it can be crushing.
Yeah, the realities of the industry or that people may not know is the responsibility that the business owner or your staff can be under at any one time. You know, you're building someone's dream, and that carries a lot of weight, and it comes with a lot of pressure.
I think the industry is challenging mentally on our teams due to just the different dynamics, whether it's a lot of small moving parts that create a lot of little pressure points throughout a business, and that affects the whole team from frontline staff to your leadership teams.
Having pressure on a building site's only one thing. When you have that build up in your work life, you know, that ultimately transfers to your home life. You know, you go home, you have kids, you have a wife, those sorts of stresses and those pressures they don't just stop when you knock off at 5 o'clock. You know, so unfortunately you carry it home with you, and then that can just create another layer of pressure and stress. We have a bit of almost like a yes culture in our industry, where we don't want to let anyone down. Everyone's trying their best to deliver all the time, and being able to just keep that pace at a high level is really tricky, and you can get quite burnt out quite easily.
Around 2019, when the suicide statistics became known in New Zealand through the brand study that was completed, and we understood all of a sudden that suicide in construction had outpaced, it really gave me pause, and it made me start to think about what can we do as an industry to facilitate a higher degree of well-being in our industry, rather than waiting for health agencies or central government to do the work. It's important that an initiative like Building Wellness Taranaki is led by the sector, because we live and breathe the realities of our industry. We're close to our people, we're close to the problems, and we also have the solutions. What helped me get through that situation was having an outstanding group of mentors around me, which I'd been building up since I went into business, both professional and private. Having an outstanding, amazing, supportive wife who was in the business with me while also having children. And then being able to ask people for help, for advice who'd been there and done that helped me connect the dots as I navigated through that really difficult time.
The ability to have engaged conversations, people to have awareness of their co-workers and what's going on, and just, I suppose, a lifting of culture in the industry has happened. Since my company's been involved with Building Wellness Taranaki, you can see the change in culture. You can feel the vibe of people just, you know, really wanting to support one another, and they know that when things get tough, that we have Building Wellness behind us to support them in their endeavours to you know, thrive and be healthy.
So for us, looking after your mates on site is really around doing the basics of being comfortable to lean in when you're concerned, when behaviours change, or people aren't showing up. I think paying attention and noticing those different dynamic changes is what makes a really good team on site, and that's what we've seen from the introduction of the training and the support that we've got through the programs that Building Wellness offer.
I believe the construction sector is driving the change of on the ground, but credit must be given to Building Wellness Taranaki for starting this conversation in this region and for fostering the environment which allows people in leadership positions to take up the baton. Opening up and talking always leads to good outcomes.
Once you've seen good people burn out, it's really hard to turn a blind eye, and it's really hard not to be involved. We're starting to realise that the people are just as important as the job, and if we can create an environment that supports and picks our people up, then it's only going to be better for your crew and for your business.
For anyone that's passionate about our industry or even just our community here in Taranaki, I just want to encourage people to reach in, to support the kaupapa that we're doing, to really connect to the fact that it's about people helping people and about us investing in a better way of working and a better place to work. And we just want to encourage people that are interested, if you're not fully supporting what Building Wellness are doing, to I guess get off your seat and get involved.